This lecture will be covering forms in Laravel. So they're pretty much the HTML forms as we create them. And in one of the lectures, we had a preview of passing data to a controller from a view using a form. But here we'll be also taking a look at how we can make use of the built-in functionality of validation in HTML5. So what we are doing over here, we are creating some input types like first name, last name, and then email and password, the usual stuff that we have in user signups. And here you will notice an attribute called required. So when we have this attribute to a particular input, that field becomes mandatory and one has to enter some data in it in order to make it valid. So if I run this now, you'll notice these are the fields that are coming up. And if I go directly and click on submit, it's gonna ask to fill the required fields. So here if I say David, then I click on submit, you'll notice now David is proper and the validation is now being fired on the last name. Then it asks for email. If I go and submit, it tells that you need to provide a valid email address. Now if I just go and say XYZ and submit, you'll notice that it says please include an @ in the email address. XYZ is missing that thing. So it has to be a valid email address syntax. Like this is a valid one. So I can click on submit now, and now I need to fill in the password. So that way we can make use of built-in HTML5 validation in our forms. Now in the next one, we'll see more about forms.